Hi, welcome back to my channel. Today we are taking a look at the the Transformers G.I. Joe crossover Bumblebee AWE Striker. Now, I've had this toy for over a week now, but because of the hurricane and some issues going on with life, I haven't been able to record this video, and I do apologize for that. I know I'm a little bit late to the game compared to some of the other reviewers, but I did want to give this one up because, let's face it, this is going to be a collectible that people are going to wish that they had, or maybe not. As you can see here, this is a wonderfully done vehicle mode. And I'm going to say that repeatedly here. The vehicle mode is amazing. I can't really see the artwork right now. I'll get my head in the way of the sun. There we go, because the Florida sun is high. But this vehicle mode is really well done. And Stalker is really well done. So let's talk about Stalker first. Stalker, of course, is Lonzo Stalker Wilkinson. I can read. Role Ranger, primary specialty infantry, secondary specialty medic, interpreter, birthplace, Detroit, Michigan. Generals may win campaigns, but it's the sergeants who will win the battles, mostly by yelling and kicking butt. And there's nice artwork of him driving the AWE Striker. Now, the AWE Striker itself was one of the first G.I. Joe vehicles I got as a kid, around 1984, 1985. With either that or the water moccasin. So I've had a very, very deep love for the AWE Striker. And we'll talk about that here as we can take a look. I mean, this is fantastic looking. You do get the swiveling turret. You do get these antennae that can go up and down. It is a fantastic looking vehicle, and it's held together miraculously by tabs. Like, I can't talk about enough about the engineering marvels with the tabs. Here it is with my 30th anniversary AWE Striker. I mean, you can see here that, I mean, this one is definitely much more realistic and as the wheels move, has suspension, whatever. But it is a fantastic update to the figure. Let's see if I can do this without knocking anything off. And it really does look good. It looks like the AWE Striker. It feels like the AWE Striker. And just like I said when I did the Megatron review, the fact that they were able to do this and take an actual in-scale G.I. Joe vehicle and make a Transformer is fantastic. But why Bumblebee? That's the part that kills me. Bumblebee, in my opinion, I mean, it's a Scout, so okay, Scout vehicle, Bumblebee works good for being a Scout vehicle, but this figure really should have been Beachcomber. Even Generation 2 Beachcomber, which you could get in the green color, and I have it. And I think it would be a much better look when you get to robot mode. But let's not talk about robot mode. Let's talk about the O figure. This is a classic O-ring, as you can see here. He gets all sort of swivelization because of that. No wrist rotation. This is based off of the earlier molds, but you do get the elbow bend. And you do get knee bend, and yeah. And he feels a little small to me, and so did the Baroness. I took some pictures, and I'll show you some picture comparisons with him and Crankcase. But they both feel a little bit small to me. But it's a good looking figure. Let's get a look at that head sculpt. Yeah, it's cool looking. He looks good. He looks solid. He looks grand. And I'm happy with him. I mean, I prefer the 25th anniversary figures. I really do, because I don't like the O-rings. I think that gives them a little bit of an outdated feel to them, and I think the 25th anniversaries did better. But as far as transformation goes, you guys know I don't like to show transformations. I like you guys to figure it out for yourself. Plus, it's a pain in the ass to do on camera. So I'm just going to speed this along and get to the robot mode. Actually, he's rather easy compared to Megatron, so this one isn't going to be that hard to do. The biggest thing, and I've seen a lot of people talk about this through other review channels, is this piece is supposed to tab in, and you really have to press it in there. Otherwise, it won't connect. And as you can see here, the legs are very, very, very loose. I'm not a fan of the quality control on this figure at all. When it comes to this robot mode, again, you got to get this tab lined up with here and really press it in. Once it's in, it's pretty secure. It's not the best, but it does get the job done. But the slightest fidgeting, and it will pop right back out. And basically, it's that tab there, and then there's another tab in here, and they don't exactly fit too well. As you can see, this transformation is easy. It's very, very Generation 1-esque, with the exception of it being a lot of tabs and whatever. My biggest complaint, other than how loose the knee joints are, is this. It just flops off there. Now, I know some of the other reviewers knocked Megatron for having a backpack, but at least his backpack makes sense. I really feel like they could have done something to fold this up so it gets out of the way. I try to keep it out here so it at least stays a little bit sturdy. Then you got to place the gun back on. Let's raise the camera up just a little bit. Now, I have found that this tab here is a little bit too small to hold this without forcing it in. And when you force it in, sometimes it'll pop that whole chest piece off. So you got to be careful doing that. But yeah, here he is in his robot mode. And he's okay. Again, he would be better as Beachcomber. You do get a very nice head there. But other than that, it's not very Bumblebee-esque. It is a hodgepodge of a few different Transformers. Again, it's the Beachcomber transformation in vehicle mode. It's got like, I don't know, it reminds me of Cybertron Defense Hotshot from Cybertron, mixed in with Thrilling 30 Springer because of that. You can actually hold this gun down in the hand as well, but given you see how weak the knees are, if I try to force this, the whole thing will fall apart. But his fingers do not open up. As far as articulation, the gun mount can swivel and go up and down. Head can turn side to side. If it's on a ball joint, it's not that good. These move, you can adjust the assembly back here as best you can because it does get in the way. It does reduce the amount of arm rotation, and these wheels here prevent it as well. You can go out and due to how the transformation works, you can actually lift up and yeah. You do get some waist rotation, which I thought was impressive. You do get a nice high kick. Again, because of the backpack, it hinders things, but you can get back. He's got a lot of knee bend due to how the transformation works. No ankle tilt. And yeah, see, just the slightest touch and that comes undone. And the feet, I mean, you can get him up on tiptoes by how the transformation works, but you get no ankle bend. Let's go ahead and try to get that piece locked back in. But yeah, it is what it is. I mean, we kind of knew that this figure would be a little bit wonky. We saw the pictures ahead of time. I don't know why I'm using the Royal We. I saw the pictures ahead of time. I do like it. I do think it looks cool. And again, the vehicle mode is beautiful. But the rest of it is just kind of meh. And this is very uninspired. Again, I know a lot of people knock Megatron for having the big backpack. I like the big backpack on Megatron. I think it looks better than this. As far as how you integrate Stalker, he's got the ports on his feet. Bumblebee's got this stand. Good luck getting him on there. That's all I have to say. But yeah, there he is. Now he's integrated and part of the vehicle, and bang bang, pow pow, boom. So it is a cool looking figure. Again, my knees are really loose. I kind of just forced them in there for a second, which is hindering my articulation. But as you can see here, they're not strong at all, and that is very, very sad. So I'm using this to try to keep him to stand up. But otherwise, yeah, this is just some figure that you're only going to get if you absolutely are a die-hard Transformers and G.I. Joe fan, I can't recommend this for a casual fan at all. I really can't. And that's too bad, because again, I love Transformers, I love G.I. Joe, I love Bumblebee, but this figure is just kind of meh for me. Which, I mean, hopefully we get some more out of this. Talking to my buddy Brian, who you'll see comment on my page as Xander Harris, we made a list of what Transformers would work better as G.I. Joes than Bumblebee, and top of the list was Hardhead as a Persuader, and Sea Spray as the Whale. But let's go ahead and get a comparison here with Megatron. As you can see here, Bumblebee only comes up about to his waist. Megatron is a lot larger, and I do feel is better quality made. I mean, granted, he has some hollowness, and some people don't like that, but I do think he has the better look. He's much more balanced, and the joints are much stiffer, and I'm a lot less nervous about posing him than him. My concern with him is I really think this is starting to already turn color. And Hasbro's had an issue lately with whites and grays yellowing. But yeah, other than that, it is a cool figure. I do like it. But I'd like to hear your thoughts down below. So please comment, tell me what you liked about this review, what you didn't like about this review, what I could do better. Please tell me what I could do better. I want to grow this channel. For those of you on Instagram, I'm going to post my screen name down here. I have started an Instagram channel just to highlight action figure collecting. For those of you who want to see me playing God of War, you can check out my other Instagram, Bear Devesa. I'll let you figure out the spelling on that one. But please comment down below. Please hit that like button. Please subscribe. And we will talk to you guys soon. I have some really cool things coming up. Thank you.